So here's a question. Is it always immoral to lie? Many people today would say yes, but many in the ancient world would have said no. So take the classic example. If you were living in Nazi Germany and hiding Jews in your cellar, and then the police came and knocked on your door and asked if you were hiding Jews, would you lie? I think the intuitive answer is yes. To tell the truth would be aiding in an atrocity, but to lie would be helping and saving innocent lives. Now, it's likely that what I said might have bothered you. And that's because we've been raised in a culture that's been dominated by the ethics of Immanuel Kant, where we've been taught that it's always wrong to do something like lie, regardless of the circumstances. But in the ancient world, circumstances played a key role in knowing what the proper and virtuous action to take was. So take the biblical account of Rahab lying to protect the spies that were sent into Jericho. Or in Jeremiah 38, the king instructs Jeremiah to lie, otherwise the court officials would have killed him. Both acts would have been considered virtuous, because they lied to prevent harm from being done, similar to how it seems like the intuitive response to a Nazi asking if you're hiding Jews is to lie to him, so you protect innocent lives. What this really boils down to is what form of normative ethics do you hold to? If you hold to a form of deontology, like Kantian ethics, you're going to believe there are certain universal rules that apply regardless of the circumstances, so you can never lie regardless of what happens. But if you hold to something like consequentialism or virtue ethics, you're going to take circumstances into effect, because you realize there are times when lying might be the virtuous thing to do if it's going to help or protect an innocent life. Now, what I would argue is in the New Testament, Paul and Jesus are teaching a form of virtue ethics, not a form of deontology. The New Testament doesn't give us an exhaustive account of all the universal rules we're supposed to follow. Instead, it teaches us that we're supposed to love one another, that there are certain virtues we need to exemplify, that we need to do whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, that our main focus is not on what is lawful, but on what is helpful. In other words, we're constantly reminded by Paul and Jesus to use our reason and our understanding of the virtues to deduce what action to take, regardless of what circumstances we're in. If we truly understood the virtues, or the fruit of the Spirit, then we would know that against such things there is no law. Now, I know I've opened a can of worms here, and I don't have time to cover everything, but if you want more on my YouTube channel, I've explained why I think the New Testament is teaching a form of virtue ethics, and I've gone over this in detail. But if this is true, then we need to understand that lying is not necessarily always morally wrong. It will depend on the circumstances. Sure, in most circumstances, we could say it's going to be wrong to lie, but there are going to be some times where lying might be the virtuous thing to do. You're expected to become a mature and virtuous agent and to be able to discern the proper action to take regardless of circumstances.